And a good afternoon to you all. It's Boat Extras again. Now, it is Monday the 29th of December. We're still not into January. And as I was editing yesterday, there is a major clip that for some reason didn't record, and I can't believe it. And it was quite an important part. It was on the boat and it was discussing how we were going to cut that, etc., which is next to the cooker. And for some reason, I have no idea, it never recorded. And the only time I got to see whether there was something amiss is when I got home, had my tea and thought, let's do some editing and let's get it on. And at that point, none of that footage occurred. So I'll have to discuss it with you once we go aboard with the finished articles, which, by the way, should be very, very nice. So without further ado, I shall check this work that we did yesterday. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's the original side that we did a couple of days ago. That's the important part, is that side. Obviously you can see a join, but like I said to you, 99% you're not going to see. So all that needs is a quick clean up, and then we can get router in that edge, and then we can start colouring it up. So that's the first job of the day, and that's what I'm going to start with. So I shall put you on your normal little perch, and I shall crack on with some work. So I'll see you very shortly. Okay, so that's now been routed and it's been sanded on both sides, as you can see, so it's looking really good. That gives you a better look of the two thicknesses, so you can see there that that's clearly thicker than that one. But as I say, you know, there's a good chance I might put some stainless steel on this side in order to protect the wood from any heat from pans or whatever on this side. We'll offer it up, which you should have seen in the last episode, but of course that didn't go very well. But you can see what I mean about actually dyeing that first. It now gives you the same effect as before with the rest of them. You can see the there. And also I've managed to get that nice and flat now. I used the router and I used a different setting, and now it's just taken a little bit off there, so it's just worked out quite well. So that is the next job now, is I'm going to use some dye, wood dye, which should match the rest of these dividers, and then once we've got that done, then we can move on to the next stage. What I might do is I might use my heat gun just to speed up the process, so it soaks into the wood, and then it's more I can, you know, pick it up and do the next stage. So we might just cheat a bit and just get it, fast track it a bit. So that's the next job, is to stain it up. So that's I will see you very soon. Well, I'll see you in a nanosecond probably. I've got a new stick and I'm trying to figure out how I work it. Instead of putting my hand over and switching it off like that, as you've seen many a time, I now can control it on the side of the stick, which is good. So I press, what do I press? Do I press that? Okay, so this has had a stain, and I've used my heat gun and dried it, so it's worked. So now I can give it a coat of Danish oil. Hopefully we can dry some of it off as well. Literally just soak the thing in oil. This is the side that 99% you won't see. So for actual colour, you know, there's a little bit of sand through there, which I'm not bothered about because you won't see it. Splodge a bit more on there. And then once you've done that, you can get a cloth or a towel in this instance and take the surface off, and that just evens the top out. So then it's not patchy. Make sure that front edge is covered. Right, put that over there for a minute. So what that will do is just, it will tack it off. See, that's touch dry now. So it gives you a chance to flick your work over and then do the other side, which, as you now can see, I've already done. But I was able to flick it over because I'd used the heat gun on it, Right, so what I think we'll do now is I will take you and these boards up here, this one, and show you in its new position, which is what you're supposed to have seen yesterday. It's looking okay, that. It's looking a good colour. I'm sure that'll blend in quite nicely. I mean, there are sort of marks, you can see, like there's an arc of bruising there and what have you, but I'm not bothered because, as I say, you know, there's quite a lot of this that you're not going to see. Right, okay, so I'll put this up there and we'll take that up there and I'll see you aboard, okay? Oh, it's not that button, it's that button there. Right, let's see if this one works. This is what should have happened yesterday. Let's move that up a bit. There we go. Lovely. And the reason for the discussion with you was, and the difference in height against those there, which will be taller, and actually the one that's going over there, which is the next one to be done, which is on the floor waiting to be routed. So you can see most of it, well, this other side you're not going to see hardly anything at all, and it blends in quite nicely. But where I decided to curve it away was because where the rubber gasket's going, the window gasket, I didn't want to do a big cutout there, which is what I've obviously done here very primitively, which I'm going to address. Fortunately we can, because we're going to alter the height. As you can see, that one is lower than that one, so I can take that down and marry it up with that one, which is not this next job but the job after. But I'm very pleased with that. That's really good. That just takes that, splits the kitchen up, takes away that white as well, that white carcass, which I was never keen on in the first place, to be honest. It was too white. I just think that's a good divider. Not overly chuffed with that yet. It still looks a bit cloudy, so I might have to sand that down to get the white, the light wood back there, and then clear coat it over like I did with these, because they are definitely more distinctive. But you know, it's not ply, so I suppose for argument's sake it's not too, you know, it's not bad. It just looks a bit, doesn't look finished yet, but we're getting there. The point is, it's the right colour, it blends in nicely with there. So we'll leave that there and we will crack on with the next jobs, which is the same thing again, doing that. Yes, I know, you don't need to see that, you'll be bored if you're not bored already. So I'll go back down, whoops a daisy. I'll go back down and start tackling that one. So I'll see you shortly. I think it's that one. I always forget. There we go. So not only has that been routed, it's now had a coat on either side. So I'm just going to help it sink in, and then I'm just going to prop it up overnight down on the floor so then it doesn't get any square marks underneath where it's resting. As you can see from that side as well. Rather nice. So I'll put that there and just prop it sideways. There we go. Just clean my hands. You can see it. So that's a lot better. The definition of that one is better. That looks better. So we'll leave that tonight. It's dark out there, as you can see. And we'll resume tomorrow. So until then, have a lovely evening, and I will see you back in the morning. Bye for now. And a good morning to one and all. It is Tuesday the 30th, is it? Yeah, it is. Tuesday the 30th. And last night we finished off this lovely piece together with wherever it's going. Oh, it's up there, isn't it? Yeah, it's a board. So I'm going to take that one up there. I also gave last night another coat to this the reverse side of this table and the edges, and of course those there. And I think what I might do is build that and then remove the two that are over where the cupboard is. In fact, I might bring the cupboard down as well, because I might stain that up, and let's just see what that looks like. And we need to cut down that section, that divider that's on the other side that I've not touched yet. So there's a few bits to do today, and I shall put you on your little perch again, like so. There we go. Yes. So 48 hours to go before it's New Year. Exciting times are going to be had by all. Yes, especially in the crypto world. I'll say no more about it. Right, okay. I will get up there, get the stuff down, and I will see you back. So go and get yourself a well-earned cup of tea if you've not already had one. Bye for now. Right, I'll just give you the SP on what I'm thinking of doing before I start. Let's move those oily things out of the way. So, 2 dividers and the meat between the bread, that and those. So you can see the difference there. I've levelled this up here because when you're facing it, you want these to be exactly the same. So I need to trim that off there, get rid of that. Obviously there is a difference there. I'm not going to trim that because they both fit where they're supposed to fit. That is what it is. And one is fractionally higher than the other. So I need to just trim the bottom off there. So what I will do is I will use some masking tape to put round there. Then I'll draw a line because I don't want any spelching at all, because this is all a visual area and I need it to look basically like that. and then we're good to go. Still not 100% about that unit. It does look rickety, but we'll reserve judgment. We'll waste a bit of oil on it and we'll see where it takes us. I think what I might do is put an oak top on it. I'll have some waste I can use on there anyway. So I think that'll be the next job after I have trimmed this one into place. So that's the SP done. Now the work commences. I'll put you there like so, and well, I'll see you when I've done it. See you in a minute. Oh, I'm back on the original stick, by the way, because the other one wasn't that long. It's a long story. Okay, so I have trimmed that one down, so now they are level and parallel, as you can see there. So I am level with this. Now obviously I've repaired that and that's new. This is rickety. Do I take that out and replace it with that? In which case I'd have to put like a bead underneath to support it, like what that is I put there. Or do I alternatively, oh, that light's gone out. Or alternatively, do I put that in there and bring it level? Because I'm thinking that I'm going to double thickness each shelf anyway and put an ironed on oak trim. Or actually I could put a dark one on because I have a dark one anyway, so I could do that. The only thing is that's really not nice. It's pretty rickety. It really needs to be on the top, but the problem with it being on the top, it's not serving a purpose of leveling that out really. You see what I mean? It needs to be underneath and then it squeezes it together. I can screw it into place and it sandwiches it. Although a band would mask that out, but it's nevertheless, I don't know, I'm in a catch-22. I'd much prefer to have the new wood on the top rather than the old wood. That's what I'm trying to get at. You see, that's absolutely flat. Maybe I should try and cut that out. The trouble is it's pinned. I think it's pinned and it's in a groove. Yeah, I think the wisest thing is to change it for a new one. Yeah, I think I've answered my own question. Sometimes it's easier to think out loud, even though you guys are not around, because it just wouldn't look right, I don't think. Unless I can screw it from the top and bring it together. I don't know. I'll think about it. But there you are. That's where we're up to at the moment. I think I'll just fiddle around with it a bit longer and we'll just see where it takes me. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, so now I warn you, it doesn't look appealing, but it's going to work. So we've sandwiched that one, and that one, and that one. And once they are dry, I can get that nice and flat. I can probably move that in a bit there. There we go. There we are. Once it's all dry for tomorrow, then we can move on to the next stage, because it's going to have a trim piece over there, there and there, so that'll be okay. So I think the next job is take it down from here and find a piece of oak to go on the top of there. That's the next job. So that was just a little update for you. It is absolutely freezing in here. It is troughing cold. Anyway, I shall carry on. See you in a minute. Right. Okay, so I have put an oak top on there, weighted it down with my trusty weights. I'm going to leave that now. And I'm going to call it a day because I'm absolutely frozen. Frozen I am. So I'm going to put that over there. So we've cut them down to size now. They've been done. I think in the morning I will construct the table, because that's really finished now, I think, and then we'll offer that up and we'll see if we can get that looking, well, we'll get it into position, I think, amongst doing that as well. So I think, you know, I'm happier now that I've done something with those shelves, because they were, it just looked so rickety. And I think with the fact that it's going to be sandwiched as well, so you're not going to see the sides, you're just going to see the top and those drawers. I'm going to leave them as they are. I'm not so sure whether I'll cover them in oak. I might just stain them because they're just basically shells, but I just wanted them smooth and clean, and that's all I wanted. So there we go. We'll leave it like that for now. I'll switch everything off, and I think I've earned myself a cup of tea at home, because it is Baltic in here. Absolutely, it didn't help keeping the door open, to be honest. But there we go. It is what it is. So I will see you tomorrow. I don't know why I'm talking and switching things off, because I'm stupid. It must be the cold weather getting to me. Anyway, see you later. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. And a warm welcome to you. It is just after 12 on New Year's Eve, and who would have thought that I'd be working on New Year's Eve? Me, I thought I'd be working on New Year's Eve. And you're watching. So, you're going on your perch. I'm going to see what that looks like. I'm going to put it on the bench and have a look, and we'll assess what we're going to do first. So, with that said, get yourself a cup of tea, get that fire on, nice and warm, and enjoy somebody sanding. But either way, it's got to be done. In a minute. What? What's going on? 38, 37. Right, I don't know what happened with that last clip, the opening clip. It froze on 37 seconds, but yet when I looked at it back, because I now can do that because I couldn't before, because I'm rubbish at this stuff. It didn't show anything. It didn't show that it was recording or anything. So I don't know whether I can edit that out because I'm rubbish at editing as well. So if you see something at the end, at the beginning, well, sorry. Right, back to work. So that's glued very nicely. Very happy with that. These are glued very nicely. Everything feels nice and sturdy, so that's good. That is an eyesore, and that is the next job, is to line these areas here. Now if I line one, I'm going to have to line them all, and I think I'm going to also put an oak one on there as well. So yeah, I suppose in hindsight I could have made a new one by the time I faffed around, but you know, I've destroyed, well, I've got one spare, and well, I just thought, let's crack on. I've gone as far as I have, and I'm still using the originals. It's just that I'm changing it just a little bit. It's going to be laborious work, and you don't have to watch that. You can see the next clip of it being complete, and then we'll move on to the next stage. So with that said, I will stop talking. I shall get some work done, and I will see you whenever it takes, as long as it's going to take to do, which is going to be boring, but I've got the radio. I can put that on. You can go and do whatever, and I'll see you back when it's sort of half done. So until then, bye for now. Right, halfway house update for you. So I'm on with the sides. I've put the oak in the on there, and my decision for doing that was because if I use my Seals Direct for not using it for seals, if I put that on there, that is tall. You can't see it, can you? 21 mil, and I've got 22 mil of oak. Bish, bash, bosh. Marvellous. So I'm going to get those done now. Those, and those. And do you know what the best thing about it is? I'm using all the waste up, which is marvellous. Which justifies me having a mess of a warehouse full of bits like that. And they're all going to get used. Well, they're not all going to get used. Well, quite a lot of them are. So, stay tuned. Right, okay. It's getting dark out there. So, I've done the... I mean, it's all clamped up at the moment and it doesn't look that appetising, but every time I show you, it should, in theory, be getting that bit better. So you can see I've done the sides in oak like so, there. So they're all nicely done. The top's now routed, so that's clearly done around those edges. So we can face up around there now. I'm just debating whether I've got time, with it being New Year's Eve, and not that I'm doing anything, but I'm thinking, have I got time to iron those edges on, or shall I do that the next time I'm here? I really wanted to get that dining room table sorted, to be perfectly honest, but this has taken so long to do that I've run out of time, really. So there we go. Well, do you know what? I'll just have to come back, won't I? Now, there's a chance I might be back tomorrow. I know it's your New Year's Day, but my children, I think, are probably occupied, so it gives me maybe a free day. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But what I will say is, because it is New Year's Eve, I will tell you now. You have a great New Year's Eve. I hope 2025 has been good for you. It's been okay for me. It's been okay. You know, I'm hoping 2026 will be even better. So, fingers crossed. And, as you have no doubt may have seen, you know, the videos have been upped, the work rate has been upped, and I'm motoring on. And you know why? Because I want to try get this boat sorted. I might miss the season in 2026, but I want, by the end of 2026, I want this boat finished, because we have some big things planned for the future. We really do, and they're going to be mega, so stay tuned for that. It might be a while before we tell you, and it's not the Caledonia Canal, no, it's something even bigger. So stay tuned for that one sometime in 2026. I don't know when, but have a good one, don't get too drunk, and I may see you in the morning. Bye for now.